Arabia, welcome to the co-featured bout of the very best heavyweights in the world today of the evening, featuring two. Okay, let's bring the fighters to the ring. Makaboy! First making his entrance, Bakoule!
Congolese giant, and he's never been. So here comes the so gigantic before, Sergio.
Did well because this is a dangerous man.
110 pounds.
And he carries, power, intimidating. Once beaten, that's when it's going to be dangerous. But Joseph Parker has the experience to box around. If you stand in front of him, he's been in there with big men. He knows how to handle big men size. But in the second half of the fight, it should favor Joseph. So this is going to be an interesting fight for Bakoule in the first half of the fight with the power and Parker.
And here's something that's going to shock you. You wonder he's a lifelong vegetarian. How do someone be so big and yet be so active? What does this man eat? Well, how many carrots can you eat to get to 310? He dips them in gravy, maybe. Either way.
What is he dipping those carrots in? ranch dressing.
Martin Bakoule, the boogeyman of the heavyweight division. Nobody. Parker said, bring him on. And here he is. He wanted to face this guy, or so we thought, until Joseph, fresh off an Ethiopian Airlines flight from the Congo.
48 hours, and here he is on the big stage.
So, got in at 2 a.m. this morning.
That's incredible, man.
Lupe, Soleil, La'ao. And now making his entrance to the ring, well, Ole Maliatoa, big. Joseph Parker.
When you look at resumes, he has wins over Andy Ruiz, Derek Chisora, Deontay. Hard not to be impressed by what Joseph Parker has done. Wilder, Zheli Zhang, that stacks up with pretty much Anthony Joshua, Dillian White, and Joe Joyce. But those fights, anyone in the division, his only losses have come to Andy ages ago. This is a new fighter. And he's,
I don't know, rejuvenated. Something happened. But since
he's at the peak of his powers.
Yeah, reinvented by Andy Lee, man. He hasn't taken those physical beatings. He only been stopped one time. That was he has what you needed to have in a late fight against a big puncher. And Joyce have as a heavyweight. He has the size, he has the speed, he has the power. Now he has the
coach as well, George Lockhart, who said basically, look,
trainer.
And he's got a great strength and conditioning. He's humongous right now. He's got all this extra, not going to gas out. His conditioning is the best. It's power and extra weight behind him, but unlike most people he's ever been.
And you can tell, man, he looks big, he looks muscular, like he put on that heavyweight size. And he's going to need it again. Normally, he's a big guy, but now he looks against these giants in the heavyweight division. He was preparing a 6'6" beast in Martin Bakoule. From Daniel Dubois, another 6'6" giant. Well, he has another.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-featured attraction tonight. Entertainment Authority with Frank Warren for Queensbury Promotion. Presented by Riyadh Season and the General Entertainment. Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing. Bob Ben Shalom for Boxer Promotions and Sella. Barham's Top Rank Incorporated, Gold Star Promotions. Sponsored by the Saudi Bank, STC, Dr. Suleiman Tourism Authority, Saudi National Habib Medical Group, Saudi Airlines, Tawunia, Hunger Stations, New Muraba Development Company, Lucid Motors, and Al Tanfidi of Saudi Arabia, and the custodian of the special thanks, ladies and gentlemen, to the King, to Holy Mosque, King Salman bin Abdulaziz, Royal Highness Prince Mohammed bin Salman Al Saud, His Royal and the chairman of the General Entertainment. Sanctioned by Name and Authority, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. The WBO President Gustavo Oliveira, Board of Control, Steward in Charge, Matt Harris, the Pieri. Supervised at ringside by the British boxer. 3 judges scoring from England, and from the United States, Don Trella. In charge, Lord Foster. From Australia, Adam Height. Of the action at the bell inside the ring, world. And now, from the ANB Championship veteran referee, Steve Gray. Arena, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, a special boxing for the interim WBO attraction, 12 rounds of heavyweight championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner of the world, the challenger, wearing blue and red, his professional record in 22 bouts, official weight 310 pounds, 21 victories, including 16 wins by the WBO International Heavyweight Championship. Knockout, only 1 defeat. He currently holds that title not on the line tonight. He is the heavyweight Republic of the Congo. He is the fighting pride of all Africa. From the Democratic WBO, number 2 ranked heavyweight Makabu, record in the world, Martין. Of the red corner, wearing red with black. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out black, official weight 267 pounds, 35 victories, 23 wins. As a professional, 38 fights by knockout with 3 defeats. From South WBO interim heavyweight champion, Auckland, New Zealand. He is the reigning former heavyweight champion of the world, Ole Malahato, Lupe Solea La'aole, Joseph Parker.
Step back, no deliberate punches around the back of the head. You take yourselves up. Okay, boys, if I call break, expect you to take a step times. Touch gloves. Good luck, fellas.
Airplane, take a shower, put on his trunks, and beat. Can Martין Bakole basically get off and Joseph Parker? Or can the man from Auckland a shot at the world heavyweight champ? New Zealand continue his rise towards.
Seconds out, round 1.
Expect fireworks. Parker versus Bakole in the opening round. Here we go.
He's like a mountain, and he's not going to move from that center of the ring. He's not going to go.
Boy, Bakole looks massive.
Looking for Joseph Parker. It's Parker who's going to have to box circles around him.
Martין weighs almost 50 pounds more than Parker.
And try to set up overhand rights.
Parker, who's at a career-high 267.
And that was intended to get up even more in weight. He wanted to be heavy. Conventional for Joseph Parker. He was doing carb loading this week. Coming into the fight with Danny Dubois, they still feel the same way. You know, the plan, Sergio, for Parker is just about this fight against Martìn Bakole. They know that Bacole's probably got 4 or 5 good rounds left in him. Feel like the second half is where they can take over.
It's long power shots.
They want to box, stay away from some of those power shots.
Parker has, he usually did long arms. He's going to have a 6-inch reach advantage. So Parker can't get down to the right side, and Bakole loves punching to that right side, and he has to get lazy against this guy. It doesn't look like he's doing much because he's not. And a sneaky uppercut. He stays in the middle of the ring, but he does have long power, quick punches. Well, as Jared Anderson found out.
No, he doesn't step into punches.
Yeah, Bakole doesn't even have to throw hard to hurt you.
Gets his power from these arm shots. You've seen that with heavyweights through a lot of arm punches, but Martìn Bakole just kind of before. I mean, George Foreman famously did it. Vitaly Klitschko lets those hands go without putting much of his legs into them.
Forward is Bakole. Try not to waste any. Just inching full energy. Chris,
115 pounds.
okay.
Now, he was doing some training.
What kind of shape are you hearing that Bakoule is in?
He's 300. When he was back in Scotland, he was in the Congo because he was getting, in preparation for this fight that was scheduled against Efe Ajagba, a visa squared away because he was planning to train in the U.S. on the undercard of the Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney. He'd been in the gym somewhat over the last month or so, but no doubleheader that's being planned for May. So he's nowhere near any kind of training.
Good jab. He comes back with 2 or 3 jabs just to pop him back. Jabs there by Parker. Anytime that Bakoule tries to unleash that long jab, that's really smart because it keeps the big man on the back foot.
We saw Parker pretty
And big men hate being pushed back.
dominant against Jaylee Zhang, but then the big left hand would
Like I said earlier, Parker dips down to the same side, so it's only a matter of
touch him and down he'd go. He would drop twice in that fight.
yeah, be time for someone to figure him out. Bakoule's smart enough to figure him out. The left side, not just the right. The longer this fight goes. So it'll serve Parker right to start dipping to.
There's a right hand from Bakoule. Put some respect.
Okay. Listen, just work your way into the fight. You've not had a spar. How do you feel? Okay? Good. No problem, eh? Nothing. Water, Alan. Don't make it. Okay? That's better now. Need to bring that up here. Right, listen, just walk your way in, okay? He's gonna
With that overhand right, there's that uppercut. See how it says sneaky shot, right? There's Parker. So the big man like that, yes, he's 311 pounds, but look at how quick it came. Quick. He unleashed that uppercut. Even Parker was surprised.
Deceptively fast hands
Yes,
is
he
how I
does.
describe.
Those are meat hooks.
Right. Deceptively fast and long by Bakoule.
Bakoule has won 4 of his last 5 fights by knockout. Has won his last 3 fights.
Yeah, he went to France to beat Tony Yoka, which
Over Carlos Takam and Olympic gold medalist Tony Yoka in 2 of
is a pretty impressive accomplishment.
wee.
Shot there by Parker going around, stabbed them with a hook to try to land that big right hand. Straight shot, the jab, and then came around with a.
Bakoule was able to take advantage of the inexperience, paid the price from there on out. Joseph Parker of Jared Anderson, who got a little bit too reckless in that first round, and his world championship level experience, I don't think he'll make the same mistake.
He knows he needs to back this guy up. You can't give.
Thanks.
Parker's really putting some power behind those shots. Bakoule, any kind of confidence, just like Gilles Johnson coming forward, punching down on you.
Sergio, the pressure.
You can't give him confidence either. Big men, you don't want.
Bakoule and how much he's able to put on Joseph Parker, to me, couldn't deal with the pressure there. Joe Joyce was in his face all night long, and that is big. You go back to that loss Joseph Parker had to Joe Joyce. He eventually led to a knockout. Martin Bakoule doesn't do exactly the same
Now, see, this is going to be the issue. Good body shot there by Bakoule.
thing, but he does try to walk you down.
There's that left uppercut. That's going to be the issue. If Parker is just trying to stay on the angle, you're not going to be able to hide.
Some good body shots from
The inside, Bakoule's going to figure him out. He punches from every single angle.
Some fans of the old Mike Tyson punch-out game. Did one punch on you, you would go down. But he didn't move. But no, remember King Hippo? He landed. He shook that off.
And now you know why this man's the boogeyman from the cock. His head like, nah, I didn't feel it.
Oh, no, he felt that one.
He just got hit by a big overhand right by Parker. He shook.
And the big tree went down.
We have seen that time and again when guys get hit
Oh,
up there.
yeah.
That was a temple shot by Joseph Parker.
Yeah, he's hurt.
Billy Nelson on the red there to wave
That's
this
it,
off.
the waving boogeyman.
The first one rocked him. The second one put him out.
Joseph Parker just beat the
For sleep almost. Wow.
Joseph Parker with the biggest win maybe of his career. He just knocked out number 2. Here's the 310-pounder and round Zade.
Look, we said this was going to be a bit of a war. Wow. A shootout, and in the end, Joseph Parker's the one that
just told someone, Bakoule can't just walk him down like that.
Bring the bigger gun to the wall. Incredible.
I'm frustrated because he could. That heavyweight punch is different. He hasn't been, camp, hasn't been training hard. We just saw it. I get it. Or, all those sorts of things. But those are...
Yeah, agreed. Billy Nelson decided to wave it off. I think there was only about
irresponsible things that no fighter should ever do in the ring.
20 seconds left in that round. Did he get it right?
I that second thing closer to you to a family member. Don't agree with it. However, that's his coach. Coach is like something that we didn't know, I'm sure, and it happened.
Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn. Big one, this one, April 26th, Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Rivals, this one, born hatred. I mean, these two do. The first one was billed as born not like each other. Fantastic fight, that one. 26th of April, live from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. That man in the ring, though, a lot of credit to him.
Big shot right there.
Massive shot, top of the head. Here is the shot. Messes with the equilibrium.
It looked like he ate it at first. Now, when you talk about training, and then he fell apart. Here's the thing, when you've got the lung capacity, oxygen might not have had that sort of reaction, goes to the brain and gets there quick enough, and he wouldn't have reaction to that punch right there had he been training. So, yes, this is
a defeat for Bakoule. I know people are going to say it was only a couple of days.
That's one of the downfalls of taking a short notice fight.
How damaged, but he was on a bit of a trajectory. He was the boogeyman of the division defeat.
Let me tell you what he's got to do. He's got to lose some weight. He's got to come back. Yeah.
All of a sudden, he's been knocked out in 2 rounds. How damaged?
And he's got to show himself to be who he was against Jared Anderson. He does very damaging.
There was a fight scheduled against F.A. Jagba.
Yeah. If he doesn't do that in his next fight out, then this is damaging. This is
May 3rd in New York. Does that still happen?
Could be longer than that. So I think if anything, now he's on the 30-day
30-day suspension.
At least that fight is delayed now. But I think that fight should still happen for
him. Obviously, look, this one's coming late notice. It's 310
for Bakoule.
You made a point about the side pounds for this one.
Yeah.
But 284 for Jared Anderson. Do we need to start taking this seriously now and get to a weight which is before that 299 against Carlos Takam? Does he need to look at that?
Đây là trận bán kết vật tự do nữ hạng 68 kg giữa người đẹp lại Diệu Thương Quân đội gặp Đoàn Thị Phương đơn vị Hải Phòng